And we are back with another episode of Socratic Gamers. Young Yoda here, hashtag Young Yoda, with Sid the Kid, aka Sid Vicious. I like that. How long have you been called Sid Vicious? You remember that?
I have no idea.
I swear, like your name in my phone is still Sid Vicious. I wrote like on Instagram Sid the Kid, and I was like, no, actually his name's Sid Vicious. You know?
I only took Sid the Kid because of Crosby, and he was the only well-known Sydney.
Oh, so Sid the Kid's actually a thing?
Yeah, Sidney Crosby.
Oh.
One of the best hockey players in the world.
Oh, okay,
Probably
cool.
the best.
Uh-huh. And Sid Vicious. Oh, yeah, you're saying? Yeah.
So that's how I got people to spell my name correctly.
Oh. Right. Because the typical one's like CID, right? Something like that?
SYD.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the Australia way. But, the Australian city, right?
Oh, so, yeah, right.
People always say, if I say Sydney, they'll be like, oh, Australia? And I'll be like, no, Sid the Kid, Crosby. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. So
that's cool.
They know how to spell my name.
When did Sid Vicious come about? Was that just us messing around?
Wrestling.
Yeah, pro wrestling.
He was a pro wrestler, and his name was Sid Vicious. And since my nickname at the time was Sid, it was just like, it just made sense.
Gotcha.
I guess it got adopted. It got adopted to Sid Vicious.
Okay.
I'm not so vicious though, people.
You're a gentle soul. You are the true yogi among us. So we were discussing prior to about the phenomenon that is Conor McGregor, and if anyone doesn't know who this guy, I'm surprised. I'd be amazed if some person doesn't know who Conor McGregor is. But I think everyone knows this guy. Everyone,
anyone that is in the sports world will know
who Conor McGregor. Yeah, for sure. He eclipsed the sport by going from the UFC, becoming like a 2-title champion, a simultaneous 2-time champion, and a boxing. Like he fought Floyd Mayweather in boxing. So
he's probably the greatest boxer of all time.
Oh, for sure. After watching that fight, I was like, okay, he is the best boxer. I was surprised because I thought Conor McGregor had him on that one, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like I really thought his unorthodox style was gonna like mess with him, and then it didn't. And it was like, oh, okay, this guy really is. This is true greatness. Like watching his boxing style.
You see you see how composed he was and everything.
That's sick.
It was just another day in the office for him. It's like, okay,
for sure.
Shots.
Yeah, totally. Did you expect that he like the thing that I like about Conor McGregor is that he like attributes like the secret and like visualization to his rise, and like did you actually think that he'd ever become so great, you know?
I watched the growth of Conor when he first started at UFC.
Yeah.
So like just the attention that he was bringing to himself,
it's astounding, right?
Yeah, it showed like he had the potential to be something so great, and
totally.
He met that potential.
Yeah. So that's and then he didn't want to fight anymore because I think he lost or something, and then he was gonna quit, and then his like coach convinced him to keep going, and then after that he just like he read The Secret, and then he's like, oh, it's all about visualization, and then he brought himself from like the lower levels of MMA into the UFC, and then he became like a 2-division champ, went on to boxing, fought Floyd Mayweather, lost, etc. But like what I think the true brilliance behind Conor McGregor isn't the fact that he's a good fighter. Like I honestly think that it's his rags to riches story. It's his mindset, you know what I mean? Like everyone in Ireland will show up to his weigh-ins, to his fights, because he is the embodiment of that like ideal of like oppression and like being like humble beginnings, you know what I mean? Because like I don't think that he's actually a bad guy, even though he portrays himself to be a bad guy in the media, you know?
Yeah.
But if you check out his Instagram, and if you look at the way people talk about him, he's like a really humble person. You know, he posted this recent video of his kid doing christening. And
Yeah,
you saw it? You saw the video?
yeah.
Oh, it was so cute, man.
He's just a human being.
Exactly.
That's what everyone needs to remember, right?
Oh damn, I died. And that's exactly, yeah. He's just a human being, and that's why I say like his story's so great. It's not necessarily that he's like the greatest fighter of all time. It's the fact that he was able to take himself from mediocrity to greatness in front of our eyes. You know what I mean? Like him being a normal person was like, wow, I can do it too. You know, he's such an inspirational source. You know, whereas like a lot of people like Mike Tyson, he's like this brute, and you're like, oh, I'll never be Mike Tyson. He's such a brute. You know what I mean? And he's like kind of like off the rails and stuff. But like Conor McGregor doesn't seem very off. He's not like buying anything crazy. And even though he does seem like he's buying a bunch of crazy stuff, the funny part is like it's all leased. You know? Do you see that Instagram post where so this is why I was like, oh, he's like very smart with his money. So like he was standing on a Phantom, I believe it was, and then he posted the video. He's like, "Come at me, Mayweather," and then like the car company was like, "You just lost your deposit. You cannot stand on our cars," and he got outed because he just like rented the car.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like even in right? It's pretty jokes. But then that's perception. Like perception, right? He's a master of perception.
He just built the perception that he bought it.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, it failed, but
he messed up on that one. Yes. But like that in itself like shows the brilliance there. He's playing with like mass perception, even though he's like a normal person, you know. And it's like it almost makes you feel like if you put your mind to it, anything is possible. Like he's the embodiment of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
That's like, that is what's so good about what's so great about what he's achieved.
I know, right?
It's because that it shows that hard work does pay off.
For sure. And like anybody can it doesn't matter, like you don't have to be a fighter to draw inspiration from this story. It's just that like whatever you want, go out and get it, you know? And make as much noise as possible, because like he was just playing by the rules of the game. That's what I think was brilliant. It's like he could have been like a silent fighter, because he's a really good fighter, right? Like that's undeniable. But what made him special was that he played by the rules of the game. You know, it's like, okay, you want me to talk trash? I will talk trash. You know?
Yeah.
And then like
this is the way to get attention and make money. Then I have to be like this.
Exactly.
So he created this new persona.
Exactly.
So that he can appeal to all the people.
For sure. I wonder if they're gonna write like chapters on him. You know what I mean? Like in social psychology books, like how he was able to amass such wealth in such a short amount of time.
I don't think a psychologist would be interested in that.
Oh, that would be too bad.
Life. But that'll be interesting.
Yeah, he's
maybe there will be one.
I'd say he's like the master of mass psychology, you know. But it's interesting. Mass psychology, yeah. But I think it's interesting too, because like when the psychology doesn't work, because like his main tool is like messing with his opponent's minds, right? But if he can't get into people's heads, then he loses. Like he couldn't get into Mayweather's head, so he lost on composure, and that's what he said too. He's like, oh, he's just so composed, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was interesting too, because like he has this, he has like Mayweather, no, sorry, not Mayweather, Conor McGregor Fast. It's like an app or something, some like program, and like what it does is like you like sign up and then you train like Conor McGregor, and then he like swears that you'll become like super stamina, right?
Okay.
But he lost via stamina against Mayweather, you know? And then he was accrediting it not to his training, he was accrediting it to his psychology. He said that like he was like broken mentally, and then his body shut down. And I was like, wow, that's freaking
interesting.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. So like he fuels himself against he fuels himself via psychological like pump ups, you know?
Yeah.
So like even in admitting that's pretty interesting to see, you know, that like
it shows he's awake, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like that's what I derive because like like everyone's like, oh, like the Conor McGregor train, and like the bandwagon fans, right? But it's like I don't think of myself as a bandwagon fan because I don't like him because he's a good fighter. I like him because he is awake. It's like you're completely aware of what you're doing. The fact that you even said that was like, oh, you're like sentient.
Just slow down, bud.
Oh,
I have the guy. So
my bad.
and people are attacking us.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it shows like how sentient he is, and that's like the true thing to learn about Conor McGregor,
Yeah.
So like
like just his mindset.
Yeah, totally.
Especially like on fighting, but especially on like everything he does.
Yeah, totally.
Just yeah, you just have to watch his mindset, and then you'll realize that yeah, he knows something.
He knows something.
We don't know what it is. He knows something. Whatever it is, he knows something.
Yeah, totally.
And that something is the cause of where he is now.
100%. And it's interesting because like, well, if you watch his older interviews before he became like super famous and stuff, he would talk about like all of this consciousness stuff. You wouldn't know it was consciousness. Like he alluded it back to oh no, what happened?
The guy
killed him.
The guy died.
Nah, that's whatever. So he'd allude to it being he'd say that it was hold on, we still got money, so it's all good.
It's because I had a very slow, the old motorcycles.
Oh, okay. Oh, we'll swap next time. Are you gonna head back to the base?
I am trying to get a vehicle.
Okay, cool. So, where you want to hop on?
Yes, your car's way fast. Oh, motorcycles way faster.
Perfect. Okay, so what was he saying? The like sentience. He was. Oh yeah. So like in his conversations, like with people in the interviews, he's very like he'd like spout things that are very sentient and awake, which is like what started to like trigger me. I was like, oh, like he's got something there, right? And and then I noticed that with if you look at the post interview fights, it's all mental because with Eddie Alvarez, right? Eddie Alvarez, like when he got like destroyed by Conor McGregor, he was saying that he didn't know what happened. Like the game plan was take him down and ground and pound him, right? But there was something that Conor did that made him not do his game plan. And I was like, yeah, mental warfare. He mastered it, to the level of like he's making you play by his rules,
Yeah.
And like
exactly.
But
war.
Totally. But the interesting part about that is like when you go up against somebody who doesn't succumb to mental warfare, like a Nate Diaz, before that fight, it was like, oh yeah, Nate's got this, right? Not because he's bigger, but because Nate Diaz was not falling for his like tricks. He took that fight on like 10 days notice or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, it's exactly. He mastered the mental aspect of fighting.
Yeah, totally. But
I need to buy
weapons.
Like ammo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ammo, like what's it called? Body armor.
Oh, okay. Let's head to the store. We'll exit.
Yeah, you do this. Where's your bike? Can't you park your bike inside?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it though.
Oh.
It's right across the street, the weapons place. Yeah,
perfect.
So you're saying that he mastered mental warfare? He's like a...
Yes, he has. That's exactly what he's done.
So what do you think? What do you think he should do next? Like, because there's been like a lot of debate and like all this stuff, and like what do you feel?
If he wants to become a legend in the UFC, he will have to defend his titles.
So you don't think that he's a legend?
One title, because he got away. The one title he has now, because the one title went back to the division.
So you don't think he's a legend now?
If he wants to be, he's great. He's in greatness. We'll say.
Yeah.
but he's not a legend because
Oh, damn! I always do
he's
that.
achieved the titles,
Yeah.
but he hasn't defended them
Got
except for
you.
the one.
Right.
So it's
Right.
just
Right. Right.
like, oh, he hasn't defended
No, he's defended
the
like zero.
Yeah, so like you can't call yourself a UFC legend if you haven't defended your champion belt.
Interesting. So,
Especially in a fighter's mindset, it's like all you're doing is just you were good against that champion, but like how about this different style, this different style? They're all different
for sure.
people, different fighting styles. So a champion is one that can overcome all the styles instead of just the one. So that's why he needs to create a legacy now. He's shown he's shown greatness, but now if you want to have a legacy, he'll need to continue defending his UFC belts now. Like
True.
Yeah.
I
He can just keep doing what he's doing and keep getting money. So it's like it depends on what his desires are for himself.
Totally. Yeah. So totally. It's interesting because like when you say that, like from a fighter's mindset, I agree with you. But it's like he will never eclipse what's that guy's name? Mighty Mouse. So like Mighty Mouse beat Anderson Silva's record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that guy, did you see that little highlight of how he finished that match? Oh my god, it was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
If you're listening,
he's always been like the best.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This guy's unstoppable.
100%, yeah. And he barely gets hit. Like his technique is solid, you know.
Yeah.
I was actually watching Tony Ferguson's highlights, or not, like his past matches, and like he gets hit a lot. So it's like even though he's very good, I personally don't really like fighters. I'm not a fighter. I can't really hate on people because like blah blah blah, it's their livelihood, whatever. But like I don't really like watching his matches because they're too close to call. You know, when you start getting hit, it's like, oh, you're like, you're playing in the red zone, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit.
Totally.
Which style is the best not to get hit? You know, Conor was a counter puncher.
Exactly.
Silva, same thing. And then the Mighty Mouse is different.
Yeah,
he'll even move forward on you, right? And he'll still not get hit. So it's like
that's the crazy part. Like I really think Mighty Mouse is sick.
His technique must be amazing. It must be amazing.
What he'll often do is like he'll pick apart his opponent according to their weakness. You know what I mean? Like that's what I found by watching him. Like it's like you'll figure out what it is that the opposite of what you like. You know what I mean? Like your Achilles heel. You know? Like
and he'll just target that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that makes him great. And it's like when he targets it, it's like you don't even like expect it. So like when he fought that guy Henry something who was like the gold medalist, everyone's like, oh no, don't clinch with him, blah blah blah. But like they don't realize that like he doesn't strike when he's clinching. So when he fought that guy, he beat him up in the clinch, but because like he was striking within the clinch, which nobody's really seen before. You know what I mean? Like everyone, you know, he always adapts his game plan, and that's why I think he's
he said that in an interview. He said that in an interview.
Oh, okay, there you go.
He said that he changes his style every time.
Exactly. So you're not.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah,
because he's
the
like
problem.
He's like as a champion, you can't be the same person every fight because then you will definitely lose. So he's like that's what I got from it.
Totally, and that's why I'm like, he is a genius, man. Like that guy's a friggin' amazing fighter, you know. But all right. That being said, I don't think Conor McGregor will ever eclipse that record. Like that record's too friggin' intense, you know. And you're in like the Shark Tank with like killers. You know, it's not like not that Mighty Mouse isn't in a Shark Tank full of killers, but relatively speaking, like you have a lot of people there that can like destroy you in that division, the one that Conor's fighting in. You know,
yeah.
I mean? So like,
well, we'll see. That's why he needs to stay in the lower division.
For sure. I have this prediction, like, because everyone's like, oh, like he's a fighter, Conor McGregor and stuff, blah, blah, blah. I really think he's just a businessman. I really don't think he's a fighter, like in his mind, you know, because like if you watch interviews, I don't think he said he was like, maybe he did. He's like the best in the world. Like he said it as a marketing piece, right? But his true intention was to make money. You know, because he was like poor before, blah, 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 and then he had to, even like, if you listen to, so that christening video, the song that was playing was Juicy by Biggie, and like, it's all about overcoming your humble beginnings, you know what I mean? And like, I think that was his true goal, to like, make it out of the poorhouse, you know, stop being poor.
Yeah.
You know? So, and that's why he keeps like, his like entire thing is like, oh, like I only take the money fights, blah, 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 like how much do you make, blah, blah, blah. And he'll only fight people that are worth the money, you know?
Yeah.
So I honestly see, like, my biggest guess is that he's going to vacate both titles and then just fight Nate Diaz one last time for a big money fight. Because, like, what's the point of fighting Tony Ferguson? Who knows who Tony Ferguson is? Like, who's the average person who knows who Tony Ferguson is? You know?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, he could win though. But that's
Tony Ferguson.
You know,
for sure. No. But I feel like, because like Mayweather's got like sorry, not Mayweather. Connor's got like McGregor promotions his own, now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
the only fight for the big money, and it's
exactly
true. He should.
Right, and he should
though.
So that's why I don't think he's
earned it.
Totally, I agree with you. But that's why I don't think he's like a true MMA enthusiast. He is, obviously he's an MMA enthusiast, but I think he's more of a businessman than an MMA enthusiast. And like that being said, I think he's just he'll be like, screw it. Like, why am I going to get punched in the face when I make more money with my promotions and like my other investments? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he'll just be like, all right, my final fight ever. Because could you imagine how much money he'll generate if he's like, my final fight ever is going to be with Nate Diaz, and this is the last time I'm going to fight, you know? And then people are like, oh my god, it's the last time he's ever going to fight, I gotta watch this. Oh, it's the trilogy fight. You know, you can market that so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think from a business perspective, like, that is the better move, you know, than facing off against Tony Ferguson, because Tony Ferguson's calling him out so hardcore right now.
There's news that he's gonna fight Paulie.
Oh, no way, eh?
Yeah, Paulie's trying to make it happen.
But it's like, is that even a good fight? You know,
it's a boxing match. You know,
exactly.
He get a lot of money in boxing, so he might go to that.
Oh, really? Eh? That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be a good one, right? If he's getting more money from the boxing, he'll probably go there.
For sure. True. It's the money fight. So do you think he'll strong arm Dana White and be like, hey man, if you want me to fight in the UFC again, you gotta, like, cause
isn't he contracted though?
What do you mean? Like, contracted to fight?
Is there a contract? How many more fights does he have with the UFC?
I think it's only like you can only fight for the UFC in MMA, but boxing's different than MMA. So like the legalities don't apply there.
Okay.
You know, like, he can transfer over to boxing and it's fine. Just like
so there's no like 3-fight contract.
No, he can't fight for like Bellator or something like that.
That's it.
Yeah, because it's or any like ONE FC, any other of those. He just can't fight MMA, but I'm sure he could fight boxing.
Okay.
You know, and like, I don't know. Like, would you? All right, so if he wasn't, would you respect him, or would you think he's a coward if he vacates both belts? Oh, he vacated one, right?
Don't care.
Yeah, you don't care, right?
His money.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly, right?
Yo.
It's like all these people like talking like, oh, you're the champ, you should do this. It's like, well, what? He's already done. He's done. He's proven whatever it is.
One of the things that becoming a champion gives you is the money. So,
totally, yeah, for sure. And the fact that he fought Mayweather, it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah,
like, what else are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You know,
he fought a legend.
Exactly. You can't step down. So you know.
Yeah.
You can only step up. So it's like, oops. So like, that being said, he
doesn't have to ruin his legacy or his greatness.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
To prove other people, or to satisfy other people's desires to see him fight.
Totally. And I think
it depends on what's important for him.
Totally, totally. And I think that if he did do that, if he succumbed to the pressure of other people, then it would be kind of like negative on his part, because then we wouldn't look at him as like this like badass who like does whatever he wants. It's like, oh, okay, now you're just playing to the whims of Dana White or your stockholder. You know what I mean? It's like it's more cooler if he's like, no, I'm still calling the shots because I'm the best.
But that was one of the things that that attracted me to Conor McGregor and got me to watch him is the fact that he was doing what he wanted. He always wanted to do what he wanted.
Exactly.
And it's like, yeah, that's what life is. So it's like, yeah, you don't take shit from no one, to be honest.
Right.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry for the language, but you don't take anything from anyone. It's your life, and you do what you want.
And that's why I think he was so cool, that like it actually manifested in that way. You know what I mean? Like he actually embodied his philosophy. And even outside of the thing, like watching his personal Instagram, it's like, oh, you're a normal dude. And that's why it's like, you are putting on some act. And we all know you're putting on an act. And it's okay that you're putting on an act. You know what I mean? We've accepted him being a human being. Yeah. I think it really has to do with like the millennials. That's why he became so...
ammunition.
Oh, yep, yeah.
I just need to do.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think that I think it's because of the millennials. Like you and I are millennials. Connor's like actually our age. He was born in '88.
Yeah.
So like, I think
who are the millennials?
Who are the millennials?
Yeah.
What? Actually, I don't know. I think it's like.
I don't know that. I don't know. It's
our generation, I think. All right, while you're buying that, I'm going to do a quick Google. What is the millennials? What age range?
I'm ready.
So what age range? Whoops.
Can you jump on then?
For sure. Yeah. All right, you driving?
Sure, I can do that.
All right, cool. And I'll hop on the back and I'll Google this. Range are millennials. Oh, dude, that's so weird when like your phone automatically knows what you're gonna say. So I wrote like what age range are, and it's like millennials. I'm like, oh, is it like listening to my conversation all the time? Does it know?
Yeah. Did you update your iPhone?
Yeah, I did. Does it have that?
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Oh, that's freaky.
Boom. Siri's getting much smarter.
And you know that the iPhone update really is buggy. Like it keeps crashing on me. All the stuff like keeps dying. So
what phone? The iPhone 6?
6. Yes, 6. 6S. Yeah.
Okay. So I have iPhone 7 Plus and it has never crashed on me.
It could just be my tech. So millennials are anyone aged 18 to 34. So we are millennials. Yeah. It was like within that generation.
I don't get that.
I don't know.
I don't get why we're the millennials.
I don't know.
We're born in the 88s.
But like, what would you say? So okay, millennial. What do you call this? Millennial tendencies are like you are all about awakeness and like doing your own. Oh, you ran too close to them. We are going to die. Drive away. Oops. Oh, you died. Oh, I died too. Whatever. It's all good. So, so millennials tend to 1, live at home. 2, they don't stay at one job for a long time. 3, they're all about finding their meaning and purpose. And 4, it's all about consciousness and awakeness.
Nice.
So I'd say like, yeah, we are pretty much millennials.
That's pretty accurate.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we are millennials. From that point of view, and like they don't want to like be in an establishment, etc. Hence why we're playing freaking GTA right now and doing like a podcast, and like with the Patreon and stuff, different forms of like generating income. That's a millennial thing. Yeah. So but anyways, yeah. So I think that he just like he appeals to the millennial crowd, and like because like he is a millennial himself, even though he's making like all this money, and like that's what the whole dream is, the whole American dream thing is.
Oh yeah, load them, there's more.
Oh, there's more. All right,
There's
cool.
more in the back. Yeah, more in the back of the plane.
Gotta run around. Yeah.
No, right here. Inside.
Oh, inside. Oh, my bad. Uh, yeah. So.
Like, I don't care, like, the whole not working for an establishment and stuff. Like, I don't mind working in an establishment, but there's no establishment that, really took a chance.
Agreed. No, you know what it is? So, like, my cousin, he works
like,
in.
okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, like, my cousin works in like, an established thing, like a scholastic institution. I won't name which one it is. But, so he works there, and he was saying that, like, so he luckily got in. Like, he didn't apply. He was already a student, and then they had a position, and then he just applied for the position. He got it, so then he quit being a student, and then he worked for the scholastic institution. That's how he got his job. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got in, everyone was like, "Oh man, you're set now." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about working hard because like it's very difficult for us to get fired." And he's like, "What?" And then he was telling them how like he has his website, his clothing company, all this stuff. And then they're like, "Why are you working so hard?" And he's like, "Because I like to do that stuff." And they're like, "Oh man, you could just chill now." And then he started to realize that it's become like a not dead end, but it's like that's where people go to die. It's like they've given up on their lives. And that's how I feel about corporate, not speaking ill will about people who are in corporations, but that's kind of how I feel about that line of work as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was telling him how I'd love to work in a scholastic institution as well, because I'm just curious to see what it's like, because I've never had like an office job. And
yeah.
And then he was saying that so I put all my effort into to putting out these resumes for these institutions, and he was saying that oftentimes they actually won't hire you if you're too qualified because they don't want anybody rocking the boat. And I was like, what the hell?
Yep.
Like, how unprogressive? Then what do you want? Like, you want like a freaking the exact same thing over
exactly the way it is.
That's so. And then he was saying how he'll get like a deadline for something. Like his task will be like, oh, just like change the banner for this website or something like that, right? And he's got like 2 weeks to do it. I'm like, dude, I can do that in 5 seconds. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but it's all about like product,
perception.
Yeah, man. And that's what I'm saying.
Don't produce too early because
then they'll expect it every time, blah blah blah. And like, actually, know what's funny?
There's a lot of that.
That's one of the things I learned while so I had to take like HR in school, like one of the classes, and it was so funny because they're like, one of the things you don't want to do is overwork, because then your boss will start to think that you are working like super hard, and they'll just give you more work. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, why shouldn't you be trying your hardest? But then I realized like nobody really cares for these companies, and that's the millennial problem. They don't care about their jobs anymore. It's just a paycheck.
That's what it is. It's just a paycheck. People always look just at the paycheck, and that's what it is. People are driven by that. But then when you meet people that aren't, it's like
it's different. It's like, why are you?
Yeah, we're like, we can't do it.
Like,
and it's
totally.
I don't know. I'm trying to see the bridge here.
For sure.
I'm trying to see the bridge to this.
What I think it is like, you have to figure out first how much money you actually need, and then just shoot for that. Because Dave Chappelle, his father was like, oh, don't be a comedian, right? And he's like, if I can make as much money as you being a school teacher as I do being a comedian, then I think I've succeeded in life. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing what I love and surviving.
Mm-hmm.
And from that perspective, it completely makes sense. It's like,
do what you want to do in life, and then find out how much it costs.
For sure.
And then get work or get paid that
right amount. Exactly. And what I find is that having not had very much money in the beginning of this this whole thing, being not even getting a job to support the money, you know what I mean? Because I was so obsessed with learning martial arts and yoga and stuff that I wouldn't even want to get a job, because I'm spending all my time doing this. The value, learning how to budget yourself was so invaluable, because then now that when you do get money, it's like, okay, what do I really want to buy now? Because I've already covered my basic food and shelter,
Yeah.
Right? And that's something only a lack of money can teach you. Because when you have money early on, especially, I feel. Well, I can't even actually attest to that because I've never had money. So yeah, you know, but like, I just think that like for myself, that was a big beneficial thing, not having money. You know, it's a good learning lesson.
I think it was. I think what it did was give you the drive to work.
For sure, yeah. For sure, yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it.
But drive to work though, because it's like I could have just worked a regular job, you know. But I never had a regular job. Like even still, I don't really have a regular job. So it's like taking that into account. It's like I didn't even want to. It didn't drive me to work. It just drive me to like, I don't know, pursue my passion. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain that because it's like I don't know, like it's, yeah, I don't know, yeah, whatever. But yeah, so I feel like Conor McGregor, like him making all this money now, and like hearing that he leased out his cars and stuff. He didn't actually buy them. It's like, oh, like you know the value of money because you were poor once. You know what I mean? So I don't think he'll fall, because that's really sad when you see that, you know, like your celebrities and then like your idols and stuff, and then they all like get super poor, like making bad decisions. Yeah. It's terrible. Yeah. It's like, man, you should have just saved a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. And then like,
that's true.
What the scary part is like being famous once and then finding out now that you work at like Metro or something, you know.
Oh, yeah. 500,000. Sorry.
You need 500,000? Okay.
I need 500,000
dollars. 500,000?
I need 190.
Nice. Okay. So if anyone's curious about what's going on, we're trying to make Sydney all of this money so that he can start his own motorcycle club and then generate the income himself. Yes.
Yes.
But not shooting for Vish, because Vish has so much money in this game. He just saves it.
Why can't he just give it to me as a gift?
That's what I was saying. You know what? GTA 5, if you're listening to this, you need to figure out... Can you just drive really quick?
Oh, me drive. Okay.
Yeah, back to the GTA 5. Back to the headquarters. GTA 5, if you are listening to this, which you probably are not, you really need to make a way to share money, because I had all this money saved up because I didn't really play the game. Like, I wasn't buying anything, and I wanted to give it to Sid when he started the game, because he started like 2 or 3 years after us. But there's no way to do it, and that's like kind of a dick move. All right,
there's no gifting of what you have.
Yeah, exactly. There's a banking system in here. It's like, dude, you should totally, or like buying stuff for friends. That's kind of like they have something similar to that. Yeah, they have something similar to that in like what's that game? The one that everyone always plays. It's like that nerdy game, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, they have some sort of way to like gift money.
You gift with your like club or clan or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Quick pause. Quick pause. I drank too much tea and I must run to the bathroom really quick. So entertain yourself.
Well, I'm still going to the clubhouse.
Yeah. All right. Peace. Be right back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm back. Quick. So, I was thinking about this. You know, like real. You know, like how we're like, oh, real is like as real as your perception is.
Yeah.
So, with that, it's interesting.
Reality.
Reality. Yeah. What is reality, right? And it's like it's just solely based on like your perception. Like the Matrix said it the best. It's like it's just electrical signals go into your brain.
Right? Yes, it is.
So like, it's interesting because it's like, I wonder how much satisfaction we gain off of making money in the game that we like. I wouldn't say, like, I know before I was saying it's like a false achievement, that's why people shouldn't blah 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 blah, but like now that I think about it, one of the reasons why I don't really care about having a lot of money in real, well, it would be sweet to have a lot of money in real life, but like I don't care as much, is because like my basic necessities are met, and like, oh, I'll drive now. My basic necessities are met, and then through the game I live out being rich. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain, if that makes any sense.
But it's like, what is your definition of rich?
Buy anything
rich in
I
what
want.
way?
Buying anything I want. You know what I mean? Like it's like materialistically. Yeah, materialistically. Okay. Like so in the game it allows me to feel some sense of materialism without actually having to go out and slave for all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I have the sweetest apartment in the video game. Oh, I have this car that I'm driving. Oh, I have like Sydney's coming over. You know what I mean? Like it's not real, but it is real. You know what I mean? And like I feel like that's one of the things that video games gives you. It offers like a release or something. You know what I mean?
It's the what's that? It's it's like not I don't know the word. I'm trying to find the word. It's we get not enjoyment. Oh, it's not enjoyment. It's like you gain something.
Yeah, like
what is it?
Like satisfaction, values. I don't
Satisfaction.
Really know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Satisfaction.
Achievements. Like you get a false sense of achievement. Although they say it's a false sense of achievement, it's like, is it really a false sense of achievement, or is it just achievement? You know what I mean? Like, because at the same time, it's like, what is real? So it's like, oh, I got. Okay, fine. You know what I mean?
That is like, correct. You are correct there.
Right? Because people.
It is just achievement, because what are we trying to achieve right now? So what we are trying to achieve right now is just spend time with each other.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Right.
This is why we play this game.
And people are like, oh, like I achieved like $10,000 bonus this month for doing a lot of good sales. And it's like, how is that any different than my achievement of like having a good time and making all this money in the video game? You know what I mean? Like it's almost as like, as long as you have proper things, it's like any addiction, right? As long as it's in moderation, it's fine. You know, like people are like, oh, you can be addicted to video games. As long as my stuff is in order. You know that people like they take like breaks and like lunch breaks, and they'll have to like do heroin, and then it's like they'll just go back to work. Yeah. Like heroin is like I was listening to this podcast and Joe Rogan, and like he was Dr. Carl Hart. He was talking about how like people, we don't really know all these people who are actually using drugs recreationally. Like they'll go out to their car for like their 45-minute lunch break, and then like do heroin for 15 minutes and then jump back into work. And like as long as you're not hurting anybody, like what's the harm in doing drugs? You know, they're just not addicted.
Exactly. That's what the thing is. It's it doesn't matter if they're addicted or not.
Yeah. No.
Why does it matter to you?
For sure. As long as you have your life in order, like you're not like neglecting anyone. You're not paying, like you're not like stopping from paying your bills and like et cetera, et cetera. You're just like, you're living appropriately, you know, then there's nothing wrong with it, you know? Yeah. It's like, it's no different.
In our opinion, yes.
In our opinion, yeah. Like, I think it's fine. Like, cause like, I don't know, like video games get like a lot of a bad rap, but it's like, what are you doing with the video game that's creating a bad rap? Like addictive personalities will create addictive behaviors, which are negative regardless. So it's like you could go, you know what I mean? Like it's like
if it's not there, if it was there already, it's just that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And then if it's not there, it's not gonna create it.
Totally. Yeah, totally. And it just goes back.
Well, it could create it. It depends on how strong the pleasure is.
That's true, but I feel like if you are a non-addictive personality type of person, what do you mean, I don't know? Like you think that?
I'm not sure.
Right?
Maybe. Well, I don't know, man.
I mean, would you say you're addicted?
Are you saying that people that that have addictions have a history
of addiction? Yeah. So I'm about to read this this book now by Russell Brand. It's about his 12-step. So basically, he said that the 12-step.
Oh, you're gonna read that?
Yeah, about it.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
so basically, the 12-step program is hashtag Gyan Yogi, hashtag Young Yoda. That's why I'm reading. Gotta keep my sword sharp, you know. So, anyways, Russell Brand, he was saying that the 12-step program is actually it's actually based off of awakening to your experience, becoming conscious of your life. You know, and that being said, he's like, if you have addictive personality, you're gonna manifest it in one way or another. Like he has an addictive personality, so it started with drugs for him, and then it became a sex addiction, and then, you know, he just started to spiral. But then he realized, like, oh wait, like through the 12-step program, I can become consciously aware of what it is I'm doing. Because like addictions, ultimately, I think, just like we were talking about, like the Sith and the Jedi, it's when you run off of impulse. You know, if your impulses drive you, you're gonna become, well, because what is an addiction? You can't control something, right? Hey, we made 43. That was pretty good.
Oh shoot, I'm stuck.
Oh.
In fire.
We made 43,000 after that bad boy.
I made 40,500, buddy.
Oh, all right. Well, see, but this is why, because I'm the president. That's
Ooh.
why when you do yours, like, then you'll get the bulk of the money, because like I'm really just buying clothes with my money. Yeah, not really doing anything with it. But yes. Well, what's up? Oh, you didn't know that you get a higher amount?
No.
Yeah, you get a higher amount if you are the owner of the club.
Nothing. I got nothing for that.
Oh, you got no money?
I got four G's.
43,000, bro.
Yeah, I only got 4 G's.
No way. Oh, well, see, again, GTA, if you're listening, I need to be able to give this money away, because I'm really not gonna spend it. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this money. You know, I'm just gonna buy new clothes every time we do a podcast. That's it. You know, it's like whatever. But yeah, so
that was not cool.
What, your money?
Maybe it's gonna transfer to me later.
Maybe, yeah.
I have to go back to your wait. Why am I going back to your waypoint?
Oh, because I said it.
Okay.
Yeah. So addictive personalities, yeah. So like.
So it's in the book. It's saying that they already have an addictive personality.
I haven't read the book yet.
An addiction to. Okay.
No, but I'm talking about like what I heard from two podcasts with Carl Hart. He studies addiction at Harvard University. So like, let me give you like a backstory. So he was faced with the crack epidemic in like because he grew up in like the ghetto or something. So like everyone was addicted to crack, right, back in the day. So he went to get his PhD because he's like, what is it about drugs that makes them so addicting? And then what he found out is like, drugs aren't bad, people are bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you have an addictive personality, you're going to manifest it in multiple ways, you know?
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, totally. And it makes you think about like, again, against human nature. If you go against human nature, you're going to create some sort of psychoses, you know? Because it's like you're, you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like, it's almost like if you brush your teeth, right, every morning or every night or something. You brush your teeth.
Yep.
Yes. So imagine
of course.
Yeah, of course. So imagine
when you have a significant other, it is required.
This is true. Yes, this is true. So that being said, it's like if you were in a society where they're like, don't brush your teeth, and you're like, dude, I gotta brush my teeth. You're like, if you brush your teeth, you're an evil person. They're like, dude, my breath is fucking gross. I need to brush my teeth.
I'm brushing my teeth.
You know, exactly. But that's how they feel about their addictions, you know, or their psychoses or their pathology. All it is just like society telling you can't do something that's against your human nature.
Yeah.
You know. Do you think inherently people?
But it's normal, right?
Which one?
Well, okay, not the addiction, but like the
pathologies,
what humans are.
Yeah, totally.
What humans are.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like society is based off of rules, and rules govern human nature. But humans aren't supposed to be governed. I don't believe so. You know. But then people will say like, oh, then we're allowed to kill everyone. Honestly, do you want to kill somebody?
You wouldn't.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Right?
Because if you were going to go around killing someone, then that person would be dead, and would their be killing again. Like
Exactly.
it's only right. Like
and
it
like,
does. I don't know.
and I almost feel like if I were to kill someone, there'd be some huge repercussions. People would want to kill me. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't kill people.
And if there was no rules, if there was no rules, no matter what, they're gonna get their revenge.
Exactly. And I think, oh, cool, we arrived at the same time. Nice. So, you want to do one more?
Yeah, we can do one more.
All right, cool. So, so that being said, it's like, if people with nearby, yes. So,
I have to be inside with you.
Yeah, I brought you in. It's all good. So, it's loading right now. So, like, it's interesting when people are like, oh, like, rules are in place to keep people from doing bad things. Then, like, my question to them would be like, okay, so are you telling me you want to rape people? And they're like, no, I wouldn't want to rape someone. So then I'm like, so then why'd you need the rule?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you're creating these rules for what purpose?
Yeah. Well, I think those rules were made because it was like a general agreement. Like, I would not rape somebody.
So you think? Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Do you think that like people were doing that back then, and then they just need to rein it in? You think the higher ups are just like, yo, man, there's just too much damn rape going on? Actually, probably.
Yeah.
I take that back. Yeah, there's probably a lot of rape going on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't think I would like to see my daughter getting raped, so I think we should put a rule on that.
And then it's like whoever has the biggest army, then they would just like, oh, maybe. Actually, now I'm beginning to. I turned myself around on this podcast. I was like, actually, it makes kind of sense to have rules now, because like sometimes, you're never looking out. You're not thinking about something.
What is this? Porto de Sol or LSIA? What is this?
I don't know.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go to So I do actually see the value in rules now that I'm thinking about it, because it's like
I would think, and it would be nice if this was the way that it was just like, we're gonna have a consensus of in our town or our city of what we don't want to happen,
totally, for sure,
So, no killing, no rape.
Actually, that makes sense.
And they was just like, that should be fine. And then, would you want people to steal from you?
Exactly.
Would you want stealing to be a normal part of your life? No, so you gotta put a rule on that. So I think it was just like getting people into a safe environment so they can live their lives. That's what I thought the rules were, or the laws were created for.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you. I agree with you now that I'm thinking about it. You know what's interesting? So I'm reading this book. I'm finishing off today, The Republic by Plato. So honestly, the only reason why I'm reading this book is because everyone's like, oh my god, yo, philosophy. You haven't read The Republic by Plato? Oh my god. It's just like when people say, yo, you haven't read The Art of War. Yo, you haven't done this? And it's like, okay, let me see what it's about. And then I'm reading, I'm like, dude, this is BS. Did you guys even read it? Come on, man. This is like, I got like 10 pages in, and I was like, this is such crap. And then like, but then it's like, I've already committed to it, so I don't like to stop something once. So I'm like, all right, let's burn these 320 pages. You know, like, let's do it. Whatever. So it's been like the worst reading of my life. I'm like, oh, I hate it so much. So basically, what
did you learn?
So what I found out is, it's a modern day podcast. Oh no, it's not. It's an olden time podcast. Sorry. It's like back then. Like if you read the book, it's really just a conversation between I think like a couple of people, and like Socrates and Plato, and then they within their podcast, within their dialect, they call it a dialectic. Within their dialogue, they derive some sort of realization, and then that's all you really need to read. Like the first 20 pages prior to that was like BS. It's like I'm listening to some dude talk about his like dog, his like goats, and I'm like, okay, who really cares about some dog and goats? Because like
well, I guess maybe they're trying to give you a background of his life.
No, it's literally just a conversation, but like then they'll have like one line that's like, oh, this is the whole point of that goddamn freaking 20 pages that I just
pages.
read. Yeah, it's like I needed to read 30 pages just to read this one line that people quote all the time. That's the crazy part. People quote Plato all the time, and it's like, you know that it was just one line in the book. If you read the entire book, you'd probably fall asleep, you know?
Yeah.
But the funny part is, like, so I've realigned my viewpoint of what a philosopher is. So like we used to say, like, oh, we talk all the time, we do all this all the time, and then like Vish went to school for like philosophy. He like took a class, and then he's like, oh, you know, like Socrates and they were philosophers and stuff. So I'm reading the book, I'm like, dude, we're philosophers. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but they just give
Modern day philosophers.
literally modern, because like, what is a philosopher? It's anybody who
What's
engages.
the definition of a philosopher?
Well, according to Plato, it's anyone who engages in a dialectic. And what a dialectic is when you debate with reasoning to come to a conclusion about what is the truth behind life. So like we just did it when we're like, oh, what are the point of laws? And then like blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, I'm changing my viewpoint. I agree in laws, you know, and that in itself was the dialectic. And that makes us, by default, philosophers. And it's like, what the hell? That's all we needed to do? Like, just have a conversation, and then I can give myself a freaking fancy title, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
What's going on?
Oh, I think we gotta kill him now. Oh, killed him. It's time to go. Kill him. So,
Okay.
like that... the more I read about all this stuff, it's like the more it's just about perception. You know what I mean? Like, what is a philosopher? People are like, oh, like the philosopher kings of old in Greece, blah blah blah, and then you like find out, oh, it's just people who name themselves philosophers.
Yeah.
You know, and
So
then it's
there.
like, again,
I am now a philosopher.
that's why I went with Young Yoda.
Self-proclaimed philosopher.
Exactly right. And then I'm just gonna write that in my bio. You know, so anybody who's curious about
Not
who I
even
am.
self-proclaimed philosopher.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
All you have to say is that you're a philosopher and you've done it.
Exactly, and that's the funny part, because isn't that interesting actually? Because it's like whatever we write in our bios is what people assume we are. That's why I think it's so funny writing like Young Yoda, and people are like, oh my god, he's so enlightened. And then at the end of the day, it's like, no, I just wrote that because it was funny. But, you know, I'm just thinking about life, you know. But then perceptually, you know, do you remember a time when like you'd read somebody's bio and you'd assume that that's who they were as a person?
Yeah, do it all the time.
I know, right? You're like, oh man, like I remember in like high school and stuff, you're like, oh, that girl's so pretty, and then you go into like their like Facebook account or like their Asian Avenue account, and then like you'd read about it, and you're like, oh man, they're so freaking woke, yo. God, I love that person. And then you talk to him, you're like, man, you're such a dick. You know, you're not at all who I thought you were.
Yeah.
Simply because I played with this stupid thing called perception in my own mind.
Did you just slide down?
I jumped down because I'm awesome.
Really?
Oh,
Oh shoot.
Oh, good kill, good kill. All right, we gotta save this guy. Oh, I think that's what we gotta do. This is our mission. We just gotta go, like, keep
If we
this guy
save him,
alive.
we'll make money.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
This is where the money is.
God, I love video games. You could not kill somebody. You could not go on a killing spree like this in real life without insane consequences.
We are the maniac.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, the Vegas guy, right?
Remember I told you? Yeah, I am the like I told you, I came to that realization.
Oh,
that
that's
I
interesting.
am that guy when I was playing this video game.
Yeah, totally. You know what's crazy? So like, if you think about it, like, realizations. So like knowledge plus knowledge plus experience equals wisdom, right? Wisdom is basically understanding, right?
Okay.
Right. And then they say like, you have to first liberate yourself, and then you can realize yourself, right? It's liberation, realization, right? The way of the tantric is realization, right? But like, if that's all it, like the highest point, like think about any time you were like, oh my God, like at all of your exciting moments were all based off of a realization. Would you say so?
All of them?
Yeah, like your most exciting moments where you're like all right, so let's say you win a basketball game, right? My hypotheses right now, I don't know if I'm correct, I'm just like spitballing, is that you were like, oh my God, I'm sick. But that in itself was a realization. You know, I can win things. You know, I don't think it was actually like winning the game is irrelevant. It was your mind telling you that it was awesome to win the game.
Winning the game was all that mattered. That's
Yeah,
why
but
I didn't like the sports.
but if you look at it now, it's like from like a new point of view. Winning the game was just like winning is irrelevant insofar as it doesn't do anything. Like you just scored higher points. What makes winning so great is the after feeling.
I didn't understand that.
No, but like if you look back at it now, would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, it was the pleasure that I was gaining.
Yeah, right. The pleasure. You're like, oh, I've
From
achieved
the win.
something. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But what is it that you are gaining through the win? A self-realization of you being awesome. Right? Because before that, you were like, am I sick? Am I good enough to win this game? And then you win the game, you're like, oh, I am good. You know what I mean?
Never asked that question. Never doubted myself.
Oh, interesting.
I just played as well as I could, and if we won, we won. If we didn't,
so then why'd you play?
Heartbreaking.
Why'd you play the game then?
Basketball?
Yeah. Well, why'd you want to win?
Because you enjoyed the game.
Well, why did you want to win?
I'm competitive.
So the entire purpose was just like you just
competitiveness.
Oh, okay. But like it.
Alpha.
But the alpha competitiveness, the question that you're seeking to answer is, can I win this game? Right.
Yeah.
So it always starts with
police car. You're in a police car?
No, I'm not in a police car. So it always starts off with the first question, which is, can I win this game? And then not until, oh, there you go. Are you driving? Sweet. All right, cool. All right, drive away. So it always begins with the question, can I win this game, right? And then once you win the game, you realize, oh, I did win the game, you know? I think that's why they're saying realization is the highest energy, the highest form. You become a realized self because you realize your own greatness, you know?
What was the greatest form?
Realization. People say that realization is the greatest form. Like the highest energy you can have is like realization. Even when I create something, it doesn't feel good in the moment. It only feels good when I realize that, like, oh, I finished creating. You know? Because like the tantrics say, like, a realized life is like the highest point, you know, you can achieve. Self-realization. And I'm wondering, like, if I actually think about what those words mean, it just means that I've realized something about myself. And every time you have a good experience in life, you've realized something about yourself.
Okay. Nice. I get that.
Does that make sense, or is that like total BS?
I'll have to
really ponder that one.
I have to go through the experiences that I went through and determine.
Totally, yeah, agreed. Yeah. It's just because you said it right now about like, oh, like I didn't think about that. I'm like, oh, that feeling of like, oh, I didn't think about that. I think that's like the greatest feeling, you know, because like you become alive in that moment, you know, that sensation of like realization makes you feel alive.
Okay.
Or maybe not. I don't know. You tell me. Like you tell me. Curiosity. Did it feel good when you're like, oh, that's cool? Like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like, do you drive?
I enjoy learning things I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. There it is. It's like those are realizations though, because like you're realizing things that you don't know, and then you're alleviating your non-understanding. You know. But I guess it all comes down to the unknowing, right? We fear the unknown. And then once the unknown has become known, we realize, and then that makes us feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like a simple example of like getting a needle. You're like, oh my God, it's going to hurt. Oh my God, it's going to hurt. And then you get the needle, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. That rush of like, that like happy rush of sensation is the realization. Because you've clarified the unknown.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I get where you're coming from. I didn't look at it that way.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, because like what I like to do is like I feel like all these ancient texts are just like keys, like they're like codes, you know. I don't think that they're empty in what they say, but it's like, how do you interpret the key, You know, it's about unlocking the code, the mystery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the highest thing I've heard is a realized self is the best self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does one realize themselves?
By living life. That's the only way you can figure out who you are. Actually, you know what? If you think about it, like until you put yourself through the ringer, you'll never really know who you are. You know, if you live the mediocre, like quiet life of like, okay, I went to elementary school, which is what they were selling us, right? Like, go to elementary school, go to high school, go to university, get a job, get a house, get a mortgage, get some kids, do it all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
yeah. And then teach your kids to go through this process.
Exactly, which is like, that's the worst way to live, I think, because then you haven't done anything in life. You just become a battery, you know?
Yeah.
You've
the battery of the machines, which are the corporations.
Exactly, and that's when you start to get things like midlife crises, because you're like, oh no, I've been living my entire life as a lie, you know? Maybe that's why they say like do some things daily that you didn't expect
enjoy for yourself.
No, like
you didn't expect something new.
Like every day do something new or something that scares you, blah blah blah. Because like in doing that, you challenge yourself and find out more about yourself. You know what I mean? If you're aware, I guess. Because like you can also go through the experience and not become self-aware. You know, that's one of the reasons why I like martial arts. You know, because like when people are like trying to hit you or choke you or something, like they're trying to hurt you, you find out quickly what you'll do to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like you're like your true self, right? Because like in that fight or flight mode, it's like you're not in your fight or flight mode. You're gonna see what really comes about. You know, like, are you a good person? I don't know. Like, why did you?
You're a good person. You'll just let this person choke you out.
No. But like if it's like if it comes to winning, are you gonna cheat? Are you not gonna cheat? You know?
Or you do anything you can to win.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I'm sure like poke him in the eye. It's like, dude, but that's not good. We said not to poke in the eye. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. How much you make on that one?
25.
Nice. 25. That's pretty good.
Oh, not bad, not bad. I'm close. I'm at 349. I can buy one, but it's not the one I wanted.
No, but at least you could work up to it, because like I kid you not, I made like
I have to change my location.
I made 68,000 off of that one.
I want to change my location. You made 60? Oh my goodness.
68, bro. That's almost 70.
What is going on?
That's what I'm saying. So if you if you just buy like a crappy one, I actually bought the cheapest one, so that's why I'm so far away from the city.
Oh, all the way at the north. Yeah. I'm at the gas station one.
Yeah. That's the one I bought.
That's 200. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm staying in the city.
Oh, all right. So how much to stay in the city?
4
G's?
365, 395, 455, 495.
That's not bad. And how much do you have?
420. I'm at 349.
Oh, okay. So you're close.
One more mission. Yeah.
Oh, one more. Do you want to do one more?
Let me see. I got a text. I was supposed to do stuff today.
Dude, I know. Welcome to my life, bro. I'm like so busy all the time. What's up?
Hold on. I'm just gonna text. I gotta answer this text.
Yeah, feel free. Yeah. See, all right. So, all right. This is gonna totally bait out my scene to anybody who listens to this podcast. But I honestly tell people. All right. First of all, if you listen to the entire podcast, you must like me so much. So the fact that you, or like what we do so much that it's like it won't matter what I say at this point. But I honestly tell people, dude, I'm in the meeting. But it's like I'm just playing video games. Yeah, technically I'm in a meeting.
You're in a meeting. You're in a meeting with me.
That's true. But what about yesterday when I was like, oh, I'm about to head into this meeting and then I'm gonna go to like watch a movie. You know what I mean? It's like, but to be.
It depends. What's a meeting to you? Like a meeting with friends, you know?
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
This is a meeting.
Actually, I was solo yesterday when I watched that movie.
Oh, okay. Then I can't help you there.
But
I'm in a meeting with a movie.
Yeah,
That,
exactly.
that's ostrich.
Technically though, like if you live the freelance life, you're pretty much like there's no like when people say work life balance, there's no such thing. You just fit in everything that you need to do in the 24 hours whenever you can.
Oh,
So
you
it's
gotta
like
change your car.
so it's like
Let's do this.
oh
One
I'm
more. I can
oh
do
one
one
more.
more, and
All
then
right,
we're
cool,
good.
cool. All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Frig, I'm
Get one where I
starving
can
too,
make a
yo.
lot. There was one where I made like 69,000. Remember that one?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't remember
Which
which
one
one
was
it
that?
was though. We're pretty close.
Where's
Okay,
your home? Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
If
gonna
you
stay in the city, so I don't have to.
do this entire mission, actually, it's way better for me because then
Alright.
like we'll just oh damn. So then we'll just do your missions next time. So it's
Yeah,
better.
and you live in the city, so.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, totally, totally sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Uh,
hips have been crazy tight, like crazy.
no way.
Like hurting. It's been hurting, like yeah.
Do you ascribe?
Every morning I have to do yoga, and then every night to sleep. It's weird. I'm going
Wow.
through some weird process now, man.
Do you ascribe to the idea of like the Granthys psychologically? So you think because your hips are hurting, your safety and security is at jeopardy?
My safety is not in jeopardy, or my security. So I do not attest to that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so it's funny. It's like I wonder if some of the stuff they say in yoga is just bro science. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, it's like your hips
Maybe
are,
I'm not aware of my own suffering.
maybe, but it's like is that really real? I don't know if that's really real.
It may be. They always attribute suffering to everything, and it's just like no, like
No,
in
my hips are
some
just
degree of
hurting, bro.
suffering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
but then there's like and if you're hurting in your body, that means there's something in your mind, right? They always say that it's the whole mind body connection.
That's weird though, but it's like what if you go to the gym and you
I do go to the gym.
exactly and then you're like, "Oh, I'm sore because of that."
No, this is not a gym injury. I don't know what it is. No, not like a. It's not because of muscle swelling
Mm.
or anything like that, It's I don't. It's tightness right in the. I don't know, man. In the ligaments. I don't know what's going on.
Do you feel
Yeah,
like
I don't know what's going on.
do you feel like you're holding on to some psychological issue?
Money.
Oh, okay. So then it is your safety and security. Oh, there you go. Problem solved.
But I don't. It's not an issue because I'm good. Just it's like it's about the things I want.
I understand. Yeah, yeah,
I have everything I need,
yeah. Wait, hold
but
on.
it's all about what I want. So it's like that's why it's not a priority. I don't care.
Oh, pause.
So it's
Don't
not-
pause for a sec. Don't drive away. Oh, don't drive away. Don't drive away. Yeah, I ordered my bike, so we'll just be faster. So yeah, you're saying
Oh.
about you have everything you want and need. Oh, you have everything you need.
In
you
terms
just
of
want.
security, yeah. It's all I want now. So it's like it's not really. That's now is just attachment. So it's like it doesn't matter.
Interesting. So do you feel like
Am I suffering through it? No.
do you feel like your tightness is moving up towards your third chakra, which is your abdomen?
Nothing is wrong with my abdomen.
Too bad, bro science. Bro science didn't work on that one.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Who knows, buddy? All I know is that my body is hurting, and I'm using
Yoga to fix it?
asana to help me. Yeah, to help me fix it. Just some postures and a lot of hip openers, both sides of the hips.
Do you find that
So-
you like cold yoga versus hot yoga?
I love hot yoga, to be honest.
I know, right? It's like it's kind of a cheat though, because you get like the automatic sweat. You feel super lubed up.
I'm really
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah.
that way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I sweat easily anyway, so no matter what room temperature it is, I will eventually sweat.
But your like joints though, they feel so like free, just by lying in the
Mm.
room. I find because it's like it's so warm.
Oh, I
I,
used to sweep the floors and stuff
mm,
in a hot yoga studio, and then yeah, just being in that room for 5 minutes, you feel
like
it
limber.
feels so good. I don't
Yeah,
know,
totally.
it just feels so good.
Do you
So
like
that's why that's what I miss. I miss about it.
Totally, I agree with you. Yeah, yeah.
And it really strengthens yourself, and then it really puts you in that exhaustion,
Yeah,
that
yeah, for
path
sure.
of exhaustion, right? And that's a good feeling sometimes.
I
'Cause
like that.
they let you just stay there. They don't care if you're gonna continue practice. If you're exhausted, go into shavasana, which is lying down, get as
Uh-huh.
comfortable as you can, and then just do you right there.
I like how you use
And they
the
like that.
English word on that one.
What,
You know, like the path of
which one?
exhaustion instead of using our little Sanskrit
What is
Raja
it then?
Yoga. No, I agree with you. No, it's funny. Yeah, yeah, it's funny because
It's
it's
a
like,
pat. What is Raja the exhaustion? Because there's Yin Yoga, which is through relaxation. So, which one are you going through?
no, 100%. No, I found
Path
it
to
funny.
meditation, right?
Yeah, I just found it
Right?
funny because I was like, you could have been
Through
all ultra
asana.
spiritual and then just use the
No.
Sanskrit
Nope.
terms, you know? like,
Nope. Not gonna use that.
my
Because
Sukhasana
that's not
practice
real
is so
to
good.
that's not real to the
Authentic.
modern day person
Yeah, for sure.
saying Sanskrit. It's like I get it. I can be the spiritual person you want me to be. I don't want to be that person because that's not me.
Hmm.
But I can go into like what it is, and this is the path of exhaustion through to you meditation
Yeah, for
with
sure.
asana,
But how many
using
people?
asana.
How many people do you think actually realize that yoga is about meditation and not about exercise? You know what I mean?
The good ones do.
It's true. Yeah, I agree with you.
Good ones.
Yeah. Have you ever tried
But
Bikram
even
yoga?
it derives off from the teacher, though.
That's
The
true too.
teacher
Yeah,
is
for
the one
sure.
that will guide you
For sure, for sure.
to
Well,
what it is.
until you realize you
So,
don't need the teacher, and then you do your own practice. Da-na-na.
but if you don't know about it, then you have to be shown the door.
For sure, yeah, 100%. It's kind of
Which is
interesting because,
like,
like,
yeah.
yeah, people can do yoga for like years and years and years, but not even realize what it is they're really doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they do it for the exercise, and you do it
that's
for
what I'm
the
saying. Yeah,
exercise.
exactly. When people
But
are
it's
like,
also good because it's like it goes and they're still practicing, even though they don't know what they're doing.
true.
They're still practicing that mindfulness, which is a good start.
Yeah, true.
Maybe
Oh, damn.
eventually.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe eventually it'll change,
Totally. Yeah, yeah.
but at least they're one step closer.
I
That's
think
how I would see it.
I think that's one of the benefits of doing like a YCT program, because it's like you begin to see what it is you're actually. Oh, damn it! I wasn't paying attention.
I think we go this way, buddy.
Oh, okay, cool. What'd you drive? Oh, run. Yeah. So I think that's one of the benefits of doing a YTT program, because like you're able to understand what it is that you're doing. You know, a lot of people.
Ready?
Oh,
Set.
yeah, shot him. Oh, dang. A lot of people.
Jump in.
Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Damn, this guy. Oh, don't worry, just run without. No, wait, I'm coming.
No, I gotta go. I'm
Alright,
dying.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll get my bike. Yeah. So it's interesting because it's like a lot of people will do things blindly in life, you know, and then they'll call themselves one thing or another, but nobody actually does like the true study. It's almost like school too, you know. They're like if you do something, unless it's like mathematics or like science, I think those things like you have to rote learn. But a lot of other things like rote learning is not the way to go.
Yeah, it would be. All you can do is show the door, practice, and live your own life.
For sure. Whoa.
That's all
you can prescribe.
That's all. Yeah, that's all. That's it. Live your life, boo boo. Do you, boo boo?
Do you, boo boo?
That's what it is.
So funny, yo.
It's so funny. I'm surprised you used that. I was so
What,
surprised.
do you, boo boo? Yeah, my sister said
Yeah.
that to me. Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, yeah. And
I
I was
thought,
like,
oh,
oh,
okay,
that's
because
so
I said that
funny.
to you. I said that to you the day before you used it, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
okay. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, because we were obsessed with the Kevin Hart stand up. Yeah.
yeah,
So when it
it's from him.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
from
So when
Kevin
it
Hart.
first came out, we were. Did you watch the Dave Chappelle stand up?
I didn't. Yes, a long time ago.
No, I mean the new one. Do you, wait,
Which one? When did it come out?
like 2017.
Yeah, that's old, man. That was an old
Oh yeah,
one.
you
The one
saw
that
it
came
though.
on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I didn't really like it. I was like, it's not that funny. No offense though, because that's his living. So, yeah, blah blah blah. But
You know, he was the one that created
oh yeah,
that sort
he's
of
the
content.
pioneer. He started it all.
Yeah. So we give him credit to that.
For sure, for sure. It's like old
Other than
UFC
that,
fighters.
yeah, we give you credit. But
Versus
he
new
was
school.
amazing at his time
Oh yeah,
because he was the only one
best.
doing he was
For
the only
sure.
one doing it.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
But now that's what it is. That's normal comedy to us now. So
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I find
that's
that
what
like
it's-
comedians are the only ones that can be like true philosophers. Like only if you're a comedian can you look at the world objectively. You know what I mean? Because like if you can't laugh at your pain, then it's like then you're too stuck up on your pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be able to like see both sides of the coin and make fun of the coin because the coin is your mind, you know? And like all good
Yeah.
comedians do that all the time. Like have you seen the Joe Rogan stand up?
Yes.
Yeah, I found that his latest one was like so good. It wasn't really funny. It was more of like I learned as I watched that. You know, he like brought me into
That's
his
his
like,
style
world.
now. It turned into after doing the podcast, he knows so much now because he brings in so many guests that he'll just use that knowledge for
Like
his
educate.
for that comedy. Yeah, and
For sure, yeah.
that's his way of stand-up comedy now. It's just
Yeah,
to
100%.
educate,
Yeah,
which
there's
is
no.
good. Yeah, I liked it. I
Yeah,
thought it was
exactly.
good.
I didn't like his old
Subtleties
stuff.
and some jokes. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
I like those. I like the adult jokes. You know.
Yeah, totally, totally.
It's like you have to know what he's talking about, and it's like it makes so much sense
Totally, totally.
because
Well,
you know.
what I found the format was that it was like he would give you a fact and then he'd like give you a punchline. You know, it's like fact, punchline, fact, punchline, fact, punchline. That's why I liked it because he just kept teaching me as I would do it. You know, like he'd go on a crazy rant about like I was like, man, this guy's totally talking about the truth, and then he'd say the joke, and I'm like, oh, that's funny. You know, and like
Yeah.
he'd alleviate the lesson. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Joe Rogan.
But his old stuff was like terrible. I was like, oh, I don't even know what you're saying right now. I
But
couldn't
that
listen
was
to it.
his old vulgar.
Yeah, he was like super vulgar. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, it was good, but not good. It was good because, again, at that time, who was being vulgar?
That's
Oh,
true too. Yeah, for sure.
You know, like it's what a lot of people got, and he was just saying what he wanted to say. That's what attracted a lot of people. He was just saying what he wanted to say, and then,
Yeah, he was like a free
and then his
spirit.
personality came out,
Uh-huh.
where he started the podcast,
Yeah.
and by doing whatever he wanted to say, he created a podcast, and now he can do that
Yeah, totally.
with people that know what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Have you seen the?
yeah, his curiosities. It's all his curiosity.
Yeah, for
Curiosity
sure.
built what he has now.
One would call him a philosopher.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we will.
Have you seen the Jerry Seinfeld stand up?
No.
Oh, it's pretty bad because he comes from that age like you were saying where they don't. Oh, I didn't actually get a lot of money for that. I had 22.
Yeah, 22.
Oh, that's weird.
Awesome.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Take me back to your place
Uh-huh. You're gonna buy the
so
thing.
that I don't spawn. Right
Oh, I
here.
see. Oh, that's how that works. Dude, that sucks. Why you gotta buy stuff?
I don't think I have enough.
Ah, too bad.
I'm just gonna keep doing. No, we still keep doing this. I think in the next 2 more times I should have like 500. So
Okay. Oh, wow. So you're gonna stick to thing, eh?
staying in the city, man.
Do you
Stay in
wanna?
the
Do you
city.
wanna? Like when you said place, do you mean like the motorcycle club or my actual apartment? Do you want to respond in the
Motorcycle
city?
club.
Motorcycle club? Okay, cool. So,
Actually, no.
a city?
City, because I need to change my clothes.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
Unless you want to, what's this red dot right here?
I don't
I
know.
think we can find something and make money here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for Star Wars, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's gonna be so sick. Yeah, that one. Oh man, I love Star
Uh
Wars.
oh.
It's so good. Oh,
Uh oh. Gang members.
I need to
They're
rewatch
attacking.
the beginning ones. Have you seen all of them?
Um,
Like, have you
no.
seen 1 to
Too
4,
much.
4, 5, and 6? Have you seen those?
No.
No. Oh, you just like the modern Star Wars.
Well, I have seen them, but it's been I haven't
Time,
found the
right?
time to rewatch all of them.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it was during a time when you weren't very conscious about any of the stuff, so like, you just watched it for a movie's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Same with me. I just thought it was a movie. I can't believe that. You know that if you actually look at the trends of movies, they show you what contemporary society is thinking about at the time. Oh, damn it, that's sniped. They tell you what contemporary society's like viewing. Like there's like a lot of like that's kind of how you spin the masses. You know what I mean? You have to like entertain them through like educate them through entertainment. You know, it's basically propaganda. That's pretty much what propaganda is. Whoa!
Oh, I died.
I fell off the cliff.
You died too?
Yeah, I fell off the cliff. Yeah. So, but yeah, if you actually watch like what the themes are of the movies, you'll see what contemporary society or like what we're all thinking about. Because like Snowden came out and like American Made came out, and those were all about anti-establishment, anti-government. And it's like, yeah,
Oh,
of
American
course.
Made. I watched that movie actually.
Oh, what'd you think? What'd you think? Did you recently
I
watch
watched
it?
that when I
Theaters, right?
first. Oh no! Actually, no, I didn't watch that.
You
I'm
didn't?
talking about American Violence actually.
Oh,
Sorry.
what's that? Oh, with Denzel Washington.
No, he's not in that.
Oh, what's American Violence? I never heard of that movie.
It's the guy. He was part. It's the oil thing. It's all about oil.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. It's who's that guy? He does all these weird movies. It was like an old school movie, right?
Yeah, and he was trying to get out of it, so he was trying to go legitimate, but then realizing that all the people in the oil company were all
Evil.
just as bad. Yeah, just as bad as like the gangsters,
Hmm.
because they had to do favors and they're killing people.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, stealing from each other,
Oh
stuff
no.
like that. But
Did
he was
you?
trying to be like he was trying to live like a good life and try to be legitimate and do everything by the books.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, freaking businesses are just like gangs, man. You have to do. They do the same things. It's just one is legal and one's illegal. You know what I mean? One pays taxes and one doesn't. That's basically it. Actually, no. Technically, the illegal people still pay taxes because they try to launder their money.
Um,
But not full taxes,
it's
obviously.
illegitimate money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they can't do anything with that money unless they use it, for their everyday expenses.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's what business fronts are. You know, when you see like a weird, this is gonna sound like
Yeah.
super, right? Like it's like why is that store still open? They're not making any money. Like laundromats. You know what I mean? But like it's because they're laundering money through that store. Like nobody actually goes in, but like on the records, it seems like it's like a very profitable place.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, it's true though.
I wonder what
But
that.
you don't know which ones.
Yeah, totally,
Sometimes you
exactly.
do.
Yeah. You have a hunch, you know. So, sometimes I wonder if it's like, is it? I wonder what it would be like to be in that position where you make so much money, like illegally, that you have to launder the money.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's all just experiences. You know what I mean? Like
Well, are you are you do you have illegitimate money?
no, I wish I did.
That's the only way. That's the only reason why you would do that. Unless you're making millions or billions, then
Yeah.
you would want to, so that you avoid taxes. Yes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Have you seen that? There's a
What's
new
up?
movie coming out. It's about, so it's a true story. The guy, he owned the oil companies, and then his grandson got kidnapped, and then they asked for a ransom, but the grandfather didn't want to pay it, and that's what the whole movie's about. It's like a new Mark Wahlberg movie.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it looks really good because like it opened with "We look like you, but we're not you," and like the reason why he said that is because they make like so much money that everything is free to them. So it's like he's like, we're living in a different world almost, and it's like, I wonder what that feels like if everything in life is just free. You know, it's like, oh, I want
You
this
can
now.
get
Get it.
anything you want at any moment.
Yeah, exactly,
That's the life
exactly.
they live. They fulfill any desire they want at any moment.
Yeah, exactly. And we are here. Another great,
Perfect.
amazing podcast. You want to do the screenshot after we end the broadcast?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
Send it.
Till next time, same bat channel, same bat place. Do you want to say anything before we go?
Do you, boo boo?
Cool, cool. That's how we'll end it. Do you, boo boo. Till next time, do you. All right, peace.
Yeah.